Since the Land of Dawn opens up for these two teams for our very first best of 3 to kick off today.
And we have 3 overall for this day of Swiss, all of them eliminations. As we all know, it's so important to win game 1 in a best of 3 because that instantly puts you at match point. CFU or Zone again, type it out in the comments section who you think is gonna win this. And as always, let's look at the mid prio. Who'll be able to clear much easier and who will be able to keep their health at a better state.
Sing doesn't mind giving away priority in the lane itself, knowing potentially could be dangerous, and also speeding up Fredrin's initial clear. As you can see, it's always going to be a little bit slower than the Hayabusa overall, but that's going to be totally fine, right? We go into our first tech pause. Luckily, we did it in the first less than a minute, so no momentum built. It's all a good time.
Yeah, it's just so far the Zetian once again sort of really handling the lane pretty well. The range is just a bit too crazy. I know it's been adjusted a bit. And more than damage, I think if you're just capable of poking out the opponents in the middle lane early on, then that just grants you a really good advantage.
I think that's also one of the requirements if you want to make sure that Zetian's good with her mid-prio. Or to even add more to that, just have Cho with you. Or any roam that has a concussive blast. They clear out the middle so fast that there's not a lot of room for you as a mid laner to trade. They're just going to clear, and then you're going to have to, all right, I guess we're going to clear, but then that means we're behind in terms of the rotations. Or they're not even going to rotate early on. Zetian's just going to keep throwing her skills at you, and then you'll be brought low, then forced to go back. It's not like the perfect 100% Zetian and Cho is always going to win, but it's not the easiest matchup to go up against.
Yeah, and it's a great way to just stop all those early quick rotations you could get from a Farsa. Oh, what?
Look at how close that is. 3 votes difference. 3 votes difference, and you could be that part of those 3, chat, so please get on it right now.
Can I type both? Can I type both and add 1 to both?
This is why it's important to vote. See, look, it's so close. See, it's 2 more people voted and it's still 3 apart. Who didn't vote?
I personally think it's one of the other teams who are like, sympathy. And then they voted for the other one and they realized, wait a minute, this doesn't change anything.
So
it's
you
still
can
net neutral.
vote for both.
It could be, it could be. Who knows, who knows? But with that being said, I do want to talk about the technicalities, about the, especially with the mid lane dynamic, right? I don't know whether or not people prefer the Hylos over the Cho in these types of situations. At the end of the day, they both kind of do roughly the same thing, with Cho having better clear in the first like 3 minutes of the game. After that, it sort of evens out later on, depending on what the build usually is. But I think the main concern right now is if Cho or Boxy is able to get a trade out freely against the Farsa, that could slow down. For an example, if you see them going towards you, there's a pretty good chance you're going to hit wings by wings, and that's going to slow you down from taking the normal path of the river and having to go through the jungle.
Yeah, I feel like if the combinations of the heroes were just a little bit more different, we could have seen Team Zone pick up the Cho for themselves. But now that they had the Yu Zong as one of their first 2 picks alongside the Hylos, I feel like they were just thinking also that, hey, if we have the Cho and the Yu Zong, that's 2 dudes initiating, we have no one to peel for the backline. At least for one, if having either the Hylos or the Yu Zong, you can delegate. Either one's gonna stay and one dive, vice versa.
Oh. Wait.
Based on the game state right now, I think they're playing it really, really well, both OP and as well as Boxy.
Oh, now that's the flicker forced out of OP. Not much he could do there. I get it. They were playing it really aggressive because they were winning out majority of the lane, but that's the Hayabusa you're talking about.
Yeah. And that's cool. That wasn't even a level 4 guy. That was just level 3. He just showed up with a shadow and immediately got OP.
And that's exactly what you want to do, right? And I think from OP's POV, it's like, I don't mind taking the first initial stun. He just wasn't expecting Zixora to gank him pre-level 4. So again, a bit of creativity, but more importantly, it's about execution. It's these smaller moments that you need to take to start building advantages. This is why I think the meta is so heavy on the playmaking, because it's moments like this that's going to allow Team Zone to fight for the turtle.
Yeah, now everything's just on Team Zone's side. The control, the river is no longer dominated by CFU, so we will be definitely seeing something here in this turtle fight. But Bankai, though, forced under his turret. Now there goes the Landshaker, stunning 2 people from Team Zone. Will they go for the counter engage? They are quite low, so Team Zone might have to reset for a bit.
They still have their ultimates. They can get back in there. They need Bankai to first start the jump and maybe target OP down, who just hit level 4.
What? Are they not going to reset this? That's the Black Dragon form already committed by Bankai. He's looking for a target. They're trying to go for Detective. Fury of the Phoenix already committed, but they're going after Kenny in the back lines. Kenny goes down. Detective takes the turtle. And despite everything that was committed, it seems like everything's going a bit too well for CFU as Bankai goes down next.
They lost the shape of the fight, and now they lose their purple buff for that as well. Wadu, with his second bravest fighter, has already dominated this side of the map, and this is what I was concerned about. The EXP laners now starting to fall behind from the side of Team Zone allows CFU to create more opportunities to force plays.
Yeah, unfortunate for Zone. I think that's just all experienced by CFU. They read the situation perfectly. They know that their gold laner will be able to join. That is the nature of the Claude now. First turtle, he can just come in the fight because of how fast he can get through the map. And Team Zone, I feel like they should have just called back. They needed that purple buff for their Hayabusa. And going up against a Fredrin, a Lapu, yes, we already saw the Landshaker, the bravest fighter, committal, and you have the Yuzan, but it's way too tough to make that fight work. It's so demanding of your team to get that turtle.
I guess they were just really banking on the Black Dragon form.
Yeah.
But even then, all other resources of CFU were available too. It's just the bravest fighter that they saw being used. There was still the Fury of the Phoenix and Wave the Dragon onto Zixora, but there might be no follow-up. Detective and OP couldn't dish out the right amount of damage, but still Wadu will do as well. Bright is still alive! K2 looking for a target in the mid lane, but they will not find any.
Can we get a replay of that? Oh my god, Boxy! What a sick Cho play. You blink, you miss it. How quick was that way of the dragon to guarantee that Zixora was not able to get his ult?
Yeah, on point. Zixora was already charging up the animation, but then Boxy was able to kick him back. And now CFU has a DHS for their Claude, which in 2026 January MLBB means power spike already. Just one item, man. Nerf him!
Wave the Dragon, bravest fighter, all committed on the Bankai. Landshaker doesn't connect though, so he's still able to use the Black Dragon form. But the sustain you see from this Yuzhong keeps him alive. But without that, Team Zone might not be able to contest this objective.
Yep, they have no Petrify to do it. And Zixora's maybe thinking of getting in on this. Bit of an awkward quad shadow there. I don't know what he was aiming at.
If it was older Hayabusa, that definitely would have been closer. But I'm pretty sure at this point he's definitely very familiar already with the quad shadow length. I guess he was just reaching for the stars at that moment. It felt like
he was hoping that somebody would just walk up into it, you know?
Yeah.
But you see Boxy right beside you, and I don't think you could stay for any longer.
He's already kind of made a name for himself at this point. There's a lot of respect going over to Boxy from the side of Team Zone. You can see that they get a little bit nervous when they notice his presence around the map, and I think that's something that's good, right? However, what are they going to use that leverage for? And I think at this point, now that there are no buffs left on the map to actually fight for, you can see that Boxy is proactively looking to either kick Bright or even Kenny.
Fury of the Phoenix cancels out the feathered airstrike. But Zixora still finds Boxy. Will OP get to find a trade? It seems like the damage and the range will not be enough. But then K arrives, and with the Salmon Force, will try to take down OP. But Wadu will provide some help. Bright 2 joining in with the Glorious Pathway, but now they see 3 members in front of them. Sing is just stealing the auto attack, so will the Appraiser's Wrath connect.
Bankai!
The knock from Bankai using the Black Dragon form as well. But Sing is still able to deal all the damage that he wants.
Oh my goodness, it's a game of cat and mouse and Sing luckily preemptively flickering, knowing that Zixora is paying attention to the BMI. These are the moves that you want to see from our professionals.
Lots of focus at the center of the map. Seems like Team Zone, though, I feel like they could be a bit more active, or excuse me, proactive. But Zixora just has so much gravity towards it. Oh, the kick!
Speaking of Zixora.
He can't be using Quad Shadow anymore. Zixora must hold his Quad Shadow for as long as possible.
I didn't expect Boxy would be committing the flicker and the full combo, but in the end, that just completely snuffs out any rotation the Team Zone wants to have or any presses that they want to have in this map. 3 turtles will be going to CFU. K has been able to farm up well and is now the one of the few ways that Team Zone can make a comeback through this. Feather of Heaven up for that Harith. CFU can just keep this up with their aggression. Now they look to help Sing.
Yeah, but I have to say that they've been really aggressive so far too. I don't think there's been any instance where the flickers have been down or have been not used at all whenever there was a team fight. It's always Boxy, Sing, and OP aggressively making use of the resources that they have, and it's so Team Zone. You could understand how defensive they're starting to play everything, even with the Hayabusa in their lineup, even with this Hylos in their lineup.
Look at Detective. I really love the way that he builds on this Frederick. You should be looking for as many components as possible because the raw stats, look at him. He's level 10 and he's just beating him up. What are you going to do about it?
I like it when I see Frederics like this. It's really just, yeah, I definitely can frontline. Even though I will be taking damage, it's fine. Like, at the end of the day, I'm going to end up hurting someone, and I do have the help, as long as the other members of the team are there. So good call by Detective.
Oh, Purify forced out. Okay. And that's it. They didn't commit the Way of the Dragon or anything.
That's exactly what they want because now they can set up a dive angle and you can tell, okay, he's like, nah, he's not about it. He does not want to show on the map anymore, knowing that Boxy could come on him at any time. I think they're also keeping track of the battle spell, so 10 seconds left until Poker.
Oh, Wadu's all alone here. Fury of the Phoenix, though, someone helps him there. Uses the Flicker to reposition out. He's against 5 right now, but it seems like he'll be okay.
Yeah. Queen's Wings, second item for Wadu. That's crazy. Usually you go Oracle, but no, he just straight up goes for the Queen's Wings. And at this point, he will be very difficult to take down. So now you have both the Fredrin and the Lapu Lapu as heroes who can just front, soak up damage, deal a lot of damage, and survive at the end of the day.
The two main damage dealers that they're most concerned about is Kenny and Kay. Now that Zixora does have the Sky Piercer, maybe he's a little bit of a threat, but only if you are low. Prior to that, it's not doing as much damage as you would like to. Oh god.
Once again, Bankai in the bottom lane. Use
what? Just auto him.
It's okay. It's okay. He's alive. He's alive. That was a Black Dragon form though, and we have a Lord.
They're gonna get the T2 off of this, and with this Lord as well, the snowball is not going to stop.
Okay, Boxy, seems like he's a target. But they're just able to run away. They forced out the Glorious Pathway even. Now that's another resource down for Team Zone before the fight even breaks out.
Man, Boxy already used his Way of the Dragon, and he's still posturing as if he still has it. And now, Obrimus tried again!
Wait, Wadu! Oh! Still gets to finish off right! Now it's Bankai that they're trying to go after. Without the Black Dragon form, they're just gonna chase after him. But Detective says no. The call is different. They're gonna transition towards the Lord.
Queen's Wings Rush, way too good for CFU Gaming, and they have gotten all major objectives so far in this game, including the very first Lord. Wadu's still going. He knows that there's no one in Team Zone that can take him down this early. Yes!
Oh, Bankai, you gotta be careful!
Bang!
And there's nowhere to run! Now the Landshaker connecting once again for members of Team Zone on Wadu, but he will force them out of the turret, and that'll result into another casualty. Bright goes down as well.
Goodness. I told you, the EXP lanes are going to make a big difference in this game, and Wadu now developing a three-level lead against Bankai. Bankai has lost his relevance. Even if he wants to get on top of OP, you can tell he still has his passive to knock him away. And even with the Petrify, it gets big out early.
Whoa!
Wow!
The energy eruption into the Fury of the Phoenix! And with the Holy Shields, they're able to keep themselves safe out of the turret.
Detective, OP, Boxy, that was a sick combo. Whoever made that call, it could have been Detective who says, hey, I'm going to be able to get this taunt off, get that Fury of the Phoenix down. There's a kick.
Way of the Dragon onto the tankiest member, and they don't care. Now it's Bankai next, and no front lines left for Team Zone.
And whoa!
And the blazing duet into the return crowd. Okay, fortunately still alive after that, but it could have been much worse.
Dear God, the Cambodian playstyle with the snowball, they're so confident.
Oh, Zixora still able to get something out of that.
Sing overheated a little bit there, though. He should not have given up that kill. Seems like the rest of CFU wanted to back off, while Sing wanted a little bit more. But thank you, Sing, for building a Winter Crown. We've been asking for this for all M7.
Yep. It's just expected at this point. We expect you to build that Winter Crown. We expect you to make these big plays of their own. However, Looking at the state of the game, yes, it's a 4.5k lead, but it's not like Team Zone's completely out of it, right? They still managed to hold their inhibitor turrets. In terms of the raw items, Kenny's almost there. Zixora, yes, he's able to find 4 kills, but now, oh god, Boxy.
Okay, Fury of the Phoenix, that'll help Boxy. Wadu landing Landshaker onto, but the Fettered Airstrike, there's nothing to cancel it right now. But Wadu doesn't care. He still goes after Kenny, and he's able to finish the kill. Now the Black Dragon form forced out of Bankai as well, but he doesn't get to find anyone. Detective trying to go in. There's another flicker from Obi, and now they still want to go for the fight. The Blazing Duet once again dealing enough damage onto the members of Team Zone. Bright trying to run away, and so is everyone else, but Wadu stands in front of him and says you cannot go anywhere.
And that's the experience we're looking for. If Team Zone were to make the same play, I don't think it would have been as synchronized. CFU saw this from a mile away. Great awareness.
Okay, they get to dodge the bravest fighter. Couldn't dodge the damage. Better Airstrike. They have to run away now. My goodness, K couldn't even last 2 or 3 seconds in his Zaman Force.
No, he could not. One of the few things Zetian is able to cover almost the entire, like 2/3 of the Zaman Force with just their first ability, so he will get shredded away ever so slowly.
Now we knew this Harris pick would have difficulties. We thought they'd opt for range. We thought they wouldn't pick up the Harith, but they decided to lean in on it, and because they could not get the early game that they were looking for, especially since Bankai lost the lane against Wadu, Team Zone has just completely gotten out of their hands. They are playing solely through hoping that CFU Gaming will be able to make a mistake. With the itemization of Wadu up to the Oracle already, only up to the Holy Crystal, yes, but at this point you want a Divine Glaive on K. Now 4 items will be enough to make CFU Gaming wins, but if it's enough to win it is a different question. They're so tanky at this point.
They kind of are, right? I mean, they're stat checking, though. That's the whole point. And now that they're past the 42k mark, this is their last opportunity to try and go for an endgame scenario. Afterwards, it's just going to even out, and maybe Team Zone might pull through, all assuming that they don't lose this crystal off of the Lord push.
Yeah, because they're syncing up the waves really, really well. And it'll be a tall order for them to do that. With all these heroes we initially did not expect them to bring out. It's not just the Harith, it's also the Farsas that we did not expect to see from them, but now they'll have to say goodbye to their first base turret. And there's another wave coming up in mid.
They gotta guide that Lord down, right? Take advantage of it.
Okay, there's the BMI already. Boxy still not looking for Kit. Oh, I take it back! He actually finds it on one of the most important members at that. Zixora is down for this defense. And there goes another Bravest Fighter and the Praisers Wrap combo saying going in 2. But he gets taken down by the turret shot. And now CFU lose their marksman.
We still have one more Siege Minion though, but CFU Gaming will back off as Zone successfully defends.
They get to live. They get to live. There is nothing wrong with living and sacrificing all of your inhibitor turrets. The only problem is that now coming up for the next Lord in 66 seconds, they're going to be at a major disadvantage. It's not up to them anymore whether they are able to win this game or find that comeback. Let's look at the replay one more time at the very least, right? Because this defense really boils down to what is the most important thing. And yes, Boxy is still making these insane plays. I would argue that he's going to be the MVP by the end of it. But at the very least, Bankai finds a little bit of value while K is able to get in and out of these fights. This is how the shape of the fight needs to look like. Kenny is your anchor, and so is K. They cannot be using their abilities at the same time unless they can guarantee a kill on Sing.
Sing though really needs his time. His entry is just a little bit better. I know he was sending back the members of Team Zone, specifically Kenny, but he should not have eaten all those turret shots in the hopes that he'd be able to take someone down because they need him to lock in. OP also having the Winter Crown there was very clutch. Definitely Bankai could have just straight up blasted him, but he was able to Winter Crown away the passive of the Yuzhong.
Yeah.
And the combo, the full combo too.
I guess Sing didn't really notice that the turret shot was on him too.
Yeah, the man was so locked in with getting that kill. He really wanted that.
He wanted it, but now how do they even contest for this Lord, right? It's an almost guaranteed non-contestion for CFU's. Team Zone just locked in their base, unable to do much about it, right? If one of them get picked off at 16 minutes into the game, it's roughly like a 30 to 40 second, depending on who dies, respawn timer, which is pretty much game over at this point, knowing that the Lord is going to spawn in about roughly 10 seconds.
Yeah, CFU Gaming can definitely finish it off here unless errors again, a little bit of jitters or over eagerness to end it leading to members of CFU Gaming, especially Sing or OP, maybe even Wadu, falling down unnecessarily early. Zone, still, same condition. Wait for CFU and hope they make a mistake.
Wadu, who's 7-1-4, by the way, on this Lapu-Lapu. And now Boxy once again, but he gets stunned by Bright. But nonetheless, look at the damage from the Blazing Duet and the Winter Crown! Sing is able to do so much, and now without any hesitation gets to lock on the towers. Game 1 finally goes over to CFU.
That was a beautiful adaptation right at the very end. They had already made sure that they have conditioned their opponents.
To give me Roger and say, Coach, give them Joe.
Give him Joe, 100%.
Give them Joe, we win. Give them Joe, we win. Maybe. What if?
We'll never know.
But we look for the answer in game. What if this Kadita pick is a secret weapon for them? If it's a comfort for Kenny and he knows how to read the map so well and take down CFU before the Sharks can even get off and swimming early on. Zone at the brink, CFU at match point.
I really feel like Boxy is playing at the top of his game right now. He's making so minimal mistakes overall. And look at that, they've already won the mid-trade easily. Bright, he's going to try and just heal up as much as he can. And Bankai, you got to learn these lanes, dude. You cannot be walking up like this.
That's a flicker already forced out, and
And
Opie
out.
with the quick rotations towards the top lane. A petrify play, and Opie takes first blood, while Boxy manages everything all by himself here in the Riverside. Luckily, Team Zone still got the Little Wanderer, because if they didn't, that would have been crazy.
I mean, Zixora will be a little angry, a little angy as some people like to call it, but so far it's been really good for Zixora, right? He's got the mechanics, he's making it work.
Yeah. And this is probably a much better situation for them, though they're managing things, even though they're getting invaded constantly. But that's a two-man petrify, and potentially a double kill for Zixora. But Kenny picks it up instead, and there goes his first kill, but it'll be immediately punished by Detective on the Guinevere.
Hello? Hello? Is nobody talking to each other? Why is nobody talking to each other? Because again, the level 1 gank on the top side could have been avoided entirely because Kenny was already covering the opposite side. So it's safe to say there's a chance you need to play safe and you just took a bad trade. Secondly, how does he get there, right? Without no punishment whatsoever.
Oh no, Detective now all alone. But then Wadu and Boxy will somehow be able to follow up. That's a kill going over to Wadu. And Zixora is still taking his orange buff.
I'm surprised that Wadu didn't keep fighting Zixora just for fun.
Yeah. He could have afforded to take him out, but I think now they're looking towards Bankai. Oh no!
Oh!
Coming in just at the right time.
Exactly what we were saying earlier. CFU knows.
They know.
Just look at the EXP lane and continue pressuring that. The Lapu-Lapu is no longer in the game.
It's non-existent, and Wadu, he's gonna have the time of his life. Literally nobody can really stop him other than maybe Kenny, who can buy some time, and Bright.
Do it.
Okay.
Not the least bit scared of Zixora.
The thing is, like, I do not want to lose more life than this. I am willing to get the shield off the Blazing Duet.
Boxy and Opie once again. Look at this mid-duo of CFU Gaming. They're doing
Hello?
so much by themselves. They spots Kenny, though, so he cancels the better airstrike. Boxy already quite low. Doesn't have anywhere to run through. Uses the way of the dragon, gets a shield from the turtle, but that'll not help him for long.
Oh, CFU Gaming got the turtle in the end.
So many things happening. in this
I am in the same boat as you, Brigitte. I think that was all on Boxy. He had ult the entire time. He just needed to kick somebody, and Opie is like, come on, dude! Bro, kick somebody! I'm holding the feathered airstrike for you.
Well, at least they got the turtle.
Yeah, they got the turtle. They can refine that. It's fine. At the end, a win is a win. As we saw, though, through the hand cam. Boxy no longer has the way of the dragon. Committed that very late into the fight. Will have his flicker up available. Oh, another one.
But Wadu spots Kenny.
Wadu, bro.
He has no reason to stay in his lane anymore. Boxy, oh my
There's a
goodness.
kick.
Finding Zixora, Bright will be there using the Glorious Pathway to help his teammates. Boxy flickering out and going back in with the Jeet Kondo. Does he have what it takes to find the kill? Still doesn't, but will Wadu do it for him? Another shield from Boxy and he's still alive while Wadu tries to fight the other members who are left. They don't get kills, but that was a lot of time bought.
One trick chose across the world just screaming, these free freestyling on him. He's doing skateboard tricks in the middle of the fight.
That's why that man was the MVP in game number 1. Here, game number 2, a little bit harder to read, but definitely still in form is Boxy.
Yeah.
Legendary Cambodian figure in the space, and this is his signature hero.
So nasty. So very nasty. We look at the item builds. Nothing too out of the ordinary. No first items complete besides the glowing wand. And that's only for OP. But even so, he's still down by 95 gold.
Okay, this is... Bro, I know you have Purify, but chill.
Oh wait. Kenny, this might be his moment. Ah, no. He spawns Boxy and doesn't even want to try anymore.
I ain't messing with this guy. He's gonna use me like a half pipe. I gotta stay alive.
2-level gap between the Yuzong and the Lapu Lapu. Bankai, just get an Earth Shatter in. Or a Land Shaker. Earth Shatter's Edith. Get a Land Shaker in and you're good, man. You've done your job.
I'd be so annoyed if I was Xora. I see Boxy again.
Yeah.
I always see Boxy. He never gets out of sight. Oh. Ah, that did not connect.
I can... Oh, wait.
Okay. Oh, Detective jumping on Kenny instead. Will he have the damage? Yes, he does. One man down for Team Zone. Now it's Swadu trying to zone. Bright, can he tank this? Maybe not anymore. Xora 2 will not contest. That's just too much from CFU, and I guess on top of those failed attempts that we saw from Team Zone.
Dude, K is playing a dangerous game here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Boxy is gonna come in for... There we go, there he is. Here's the dive.
Oh, the thing again! But he still lands the way of the dragon, and Sing takes the kill. In exchange of Boxy, though.
I think K was exactly where he was, so that a tower hit would be able to take Boxy out of the way out. Kenny, oh!
No, that's so unfortunate if you're Kenny! Even though you just badly want to take out OP, he's too alert.
He's way too alert. Really good calls across the board for the side of CFU. This game is falling into their hands. It's folding like origami. It feels like all the edges were creased just for these moments. And yet, we still have a majority of the tier 1 still available for CFU to break. In comparison to Team Zone, at this point, just a missing T1 on that bot side, but no structural damage.
It's just perfect. Everything CFU Gaming are doing right now is just perfect. They know they have the advantage in both lanes. They know that the rotations of Team Zone are just being read by Boxy. They have all the information to work with, and they're executing. That play between OP and Detective to take down Kenny was just a perfect snapshot of what's going on right now here.
Just this mistake. We all know that DHS is
Oh, my goodness, that was a 2-man. Fortunately, K had the Purify, but nonetheless, Detective, look at him, is still running away, but not for long.
Okay.
They get caught by the breath of the ocean, but the Petrify from Wadu and the Blazing Duet. Massive AoE spells coming into play. CFU taking down 3 members while Boxy still chases after Bankai. Uses the way of the dragon, but he does not get to finish the kill.
Yeah, no flicker to chase it even further. And I mean, K, how? That corrosive siphon, he's starting to regret it now.
What? Xora trying to fight this. Still gets to puncture himself to safety, but that was a close call because OP was there as well.
OP isn't even completely flying away.
Nice.
He flies away, stops, stares at them, and then decides to fly away.
Was that a shot?
Boxy. Yep, that was just... This is... What we're seeing right now is experience. It's the experience gap between CFU and Zone with how long the members of CFU Gaming have been playing together and how long they've been doing this as individuals, competing in 9 seasons of MPL Cambodia.
Oh, don't tell me Sing can actually outplay this. He can't.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, he didn't die, and that's the most important part. And now it's just going to be an easy follow-up.
Now he will.
Bang.
With the help of OP. And even down bottom, Bankai. What can he do? Using the bravest fighter, he's up against Wadu and Boxy. With the help of Xora, they don't fully commit though.
This is not looking good. Oh!
Kenny?
Okay, he lands the Petrify.
Second half?
Oh, even the Rough Waves already committed, but look at He
got
finds the kill on it, but... Oh my goodness, Detective.
Yeah.
Where was he a few seconds ago?
Yeah, where was I mean, it would have been nice if he was there, but a lot of motions happened across the map. I'm surprised that K ended up winning his 1v1. And I'm going to take a wild guess. It's because he has warrior boots, right? If I can't really see it from this far. Warrior boots, right? Okay. 2-level difference. Warrior boot diff. Yeah. And no DHS.
Yeah, no DHS. That is just up to a golden staff. So... maybe a bit of a warning shot, but it was an isolated case. In full-on 5v5, you clearly still see the difficulties of Team Zone. In terms of the comeback potential, it has to be through punish, through a counterplay. Maybe through this?
Right, already using the stun.
Detective,
okay,
wow.
though, has so much free hits. Kenny does not get to land a combo, however, and now Zixora falls next. Wadu zoning out so many members. Detective jumping in. But Team Zone, they don't want to fight anymore.
Oh man, Wadu's got to be a little bit upset with that because again, after taking out Zixoran as well as Kenny, all he needed to do was take out K and they can pretty much do whatever they want to the rest of the map. Fortunately, K walks away with just a sliver of health, didn't connect on the Furious dive and used the Petrify early to try and set up.
Ouch.
Yeah, at this point, Obi can just throw his feathered airstrike like that. He's been doing that for majority of the game pretty much.
Yeah.
Moment he got his feathered airstrike, the downtime on him not using it, I think has been significant. He just always uses it, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
No,
I forgot words, but yeah, he's always using it, man.
Oh my goodness, Boxy has an immortality now too. So.
Yeah, watch this. Once that green dot is up with that parcel, he'll use it again.
What? Oh,
See?
the airstrike. Still committed. Rough waves. Doesn't burst down anyone. Wadu now finding Zixora and Kenny. And now they still want to go for it. Sing's here. So he'll be joining the fight. Blazing to it already committed. K trying to take him down. But Wadu just in time. Will it be enough? Oh my goodness. Team Zone might have just found an opening.
They peeled to victory, cut the skin off a CFU game, and then finally the raw flesh stings as CFU now dropping by 500 gold. They still maintain their 4.7k, but with the Lord up and knowing that Team Zone can actually fight, this is going to be a lot harder.
Quite a visceral description, but no other way to put it. I expected K to fall down, but he stood strong.
Yep.
More like that, please. Because CFU gaming overheated.
Okay, now Bright's making a call. Oh, the jump doesn't land. Detective misses. Now Zixora's here to contest for the objective, but still Detective wins out the retry battle. Sing 2 with an immense amount of damage as the Claude is able to finish off 2. And Team Zone's attempt will not be enough.
They have to cut their losses.
Yeah.
When we are going for a potential Lord steal, and you know it's difficult, really just communicate with your team. Hey, if you can get this stun out of the way, I can attempt to steal, but you have to back away. Because I'm going to die no matter what. If I can steal, I buy us 5 minutes. If I don't get the steal, fine. At least you still play 4v5 on the defense.
Yeah, plus K wasn't there. If they're going to go for a heavier contest, at least tell your carry, please be there with us. But then K had to go elsewhere. And it seemed like they didn't expect that they'd go on for that full fight like that. Now with Detective having a chastised Pauldron, the effects of this carry are going to be negated. There's a Divine Glaive on OP as well. Look at that damage.
Okay, be careful of Boxy. There goes the Lord jumping in to the bottom lane. Black Dragon form, Bravest Fighter 2. Both XP laners trying to look for an engage. But Sing, all he wants is the turret. Wadu going in, Petrify Blade!
No.
And another blazing duet from Sing! Currently on a killing spree. 3 members of Team Zone still remain. And CFU will respect.
Can we talk about Kenny's damage? That was like a surprising amount of damage to the backline. A majority of it being him, but this feathered airstrike causing way too many problems.
The Divine Glaive came in just in time. Bankai really low.
Forced to use the Bravest Fighter. K2 doing a great job at defending one.
Ooh, okay.
Was there an argument to commit to that? I was thinking about it, like, technically he could have BMI'd, like, forward to get a couple of extra autos to maybe dodge the potential waves, but I don't think it's worth risking.
Yeah, and he didn't have a Winter Crown. It's a Wind of Nature that Sing has right now. I think he's also looking towards the burst. Definitely, we have to see him juggle that around. Let's go back to the instant replay. So yeah, this was already after the Divine Glaive damage. Sing able to free hit, Black Dragon form up. Watch Detective, waiting for the time to pounce. Great Petrify.
When does Kenny get it? Ah, there we go. Also, he gets immediately on top of the Farsa as soon as the second feather airstrike comes.
Uh-oh.
Ground, wow.
There's ground from Detective, but that's a guaranteed kill for Team Zone. And now Kenny, he finds Wadu, forces out the Black Dragon form, and it seems like CFU still want to fight. Boxy finding K, and now they're all on to him, but he has the Wind of Nature. Singza with the right amount of damage will still get the job done. And now it's a mega kill for him as he also finds Zixora. Bright now trying to run away, but look at Sing. No one's
Minions.
stopping Sing, and there are minions in the mid lane that Bankai and Kenny have to defend.
Good attempt by Detective. Yes, he didn't get the Violent Requiem, but he set up and baited the rest of Team Zone.
Okay, there's the bravest fighter.
Ooh.
Oh, but the BMI is just used to reposition out. But the Land Shaker stuns him and he gets shut down. Oh my goodness, Kenny and Bankai, they're still able to prolong this game.
Boxy.
Another way of the dragon, and the damage from Wadu can do it.
Zora is coming back up in 1 second. K is back after topping up, nearly losing their base here. A dangerous moment, a scary sight for Team Zone now that CFU is on match point. But the game-ending play has to come off of this Lord.
Yeah, you have to try. Clear up as many minions as you can and just try and contest. Hope the CFU Gaming slip up somewhere. You have the damage with you. You have your Kaidata. You have the carry. It's on point. If you can just stop Boxy somehow, if you can get to OP, are they going to go for the rush? No one marked Wadu. They see a Detective.
Wadu now using the Black Dragon form. He tries to stun K, but gets to walk away, and now it's a 1v1. K has a decent amount of damage, and now Zexora is actually able to steal away the objective. They're still on to K, but they're trying so hard. K, up until the very last moment, he fought a way of the dragon from Boxy, and they find Bankai, but they lose the Lord.
Oh dear God, Wadu. They've tried. They try real hard, and now they've got a huge wave down on bot side as they escort their way to the inhibitor.
Oh, Zexora forces out the Winter Crown from OP.
Great hold.
That could mean a lot for them, but another petrify from Wadu. Fortunately, Bright has her shut down on Wadu by Zexora, but they will not let the Lord push any further.
Zexora has put the team on his back and says, we can still do this. I will carry you guys forward. He got the Lord, he got some kills, and Team Zone are still in this. And with this gold lead now diminished, Zone has a chance to crawl back, but it will be a tough climb.
Look at the items though. Sora not even bothering with the Hunter Strike. He's focusing on everything else, and now only as his last item, he's been given a lot of resources. The rest of his team has been paying the price for that. K especially in these later team fights. But at the same time, at least Bankai has kind of redeemed himself, not only taking out Sing earlier, but allowing for Zexora to actually go for the steal in the first place.
Oh, they know where everyone is. They use the bad guy, and they push forward. OP using the Flicker position, but now he has to use the Wing by Wings just to get away. Detective is now down. Wadu trying to make things happen on 3 members towards the backline. Kenny already committing his full combo, but they don't get to take anyone down. Now it's CFU on the chase. They still want more.
Zexora went down quick. Team Zone have to back off a little bit. Feathered Airstrike committed. Wadu with the dive. Bankai's still here, but he needs to get out.
Oh my goodness.
This is a nothing fight. This is a nothing fight. Both. There is literally no objective to fight for. This is just looking for opportunities. It's risky for Team Zone, which is why it's good that they actually backed out. Trading 1-for-1 against Detective is actually the perfect scenario for Team Zone. Every time Detective goes down, I don't think CFU is going to be looking to actually contest, even if the Lord is going to be up. They're going to posture for it, but they're never going to fully commit to it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how Detective and Zexora went down quickly. I know Detective was one of the first few that got caught. Zexora went in, he got kicked by Boxy, that's why.
Yup. And then it all starts spiraling out of control. Because as you see these fights, right, I think for initiations, it works well for Team Zone to initiate in these tighter corners compared to CFU. However, I do think that Team Zone need to kind of kite backwards into open area to give Kenny that opportunity if he doesn't find the initial target he's looking for.
Yeah, because at this point, I would understand why OP would be a bit more reactive whenever he sees Kenny. Because there will be enough damage that will come from that full combo already. And he cannot get hit by the Petrify. So that was a quick response with the Flicker, but that put him in an awkward position to use the better Airstrike. And that's why also maybe Team Zone got a better advantage in that team fight. But now it's Bankai jumping in, forces out the spatial migration, but now they're going to go for the re-engage. Boxy trying to look for an angle as well, but all they see as of now is Bright. Are they actually going to full commit on this? Is this the right decision? Because Kenny finds Detective, but another spatial migration doesn't connect. But look at the mid lane! It's Sing and Boxy pushing forward, but Sing gets blasted!
Team Zone are still in this. Wadu falls down. Boxy falls down. 3 from CFU are gone.
What is this? Games of the future? We watching Vamos B versus DFYG? What's going on here? Why are you fighting before the Lord? You knew the Lord was coming up. You forced the fight after the Black Dragon form. You didn't need the Black Dragon form.
Oh, they're bursting down Bankai. Bankai going in.
Yep.
He's fighting OP. A glorious battle to slow him down. The spatial migration doesn't come up in time. Bankai finds the kill on OP and Team Zone have the Lord.
Who did it? Who? Something has changed and it's not good. This is not good behavior from CFU. They broke discipline, they overheated, and now they're on the cusp of losing this game because of that.
They played with their food, man. There were times where CFU Gaming, if they just took the more disciplined, steady approach, we go back to that little exchange topside by the Lord, by the orange buff, where it felt like Team Zone definitely should not have won that, but found wins, and little by little it has grown to this. The Lord on their side, the lead in their hands, and a potential Game 3 on the way. I've dogged on him for quite some time, but I'm going to give it up to Bankai. He woke up this game, making the most out of the land shakers. He's landed around 4 or 5 that have been big impact.
Yep.
Best part about it is that he's redeemed himself from the worst laning phase ever seen to now making his team buy time. 5 minutes each and every time they take away a Lord. Well, arguably, I would say it's like 3 something, rounded up to 4, but generally speaking, we still have to acquaint for travel time. But at the end of the day, now Opie is like, he has enough damage to take me out. I must be aware of this. I cannot lose these resources, and I don't think that they're thinking far enough ahead.
All that in a single game. Losing the laning phase and suddenly being the guy who just keeps the team in the game.
It's unreal. It's unreal how this is.
It took us more than 15 minutes, but we're really seeing a lot of the strengths, like, to be fair to the lineup of Zone. Earlier, the Lapu-Lapu versus Yuzong matchup went much better for Wadu. Wadu controlled majority of the game. He's 11-3-5 right now.
Yep.
Still has a great KDA, but now we're starting to see the strengths of the Lapu-Lapu, though I wish I'd see a Queen's Wings in there somewhere. He went for the Hunter Strike War Axe instead.
So I don't want to think that it's CFU falling off because they have a Claude.
Yeah.
So it's like
they're getting red. There's something about the high loss and the Kadita together that's throwing them off. It's the Petrify from the Kadita, along with the Breath of the Ocean, the stun as well coming in from the high loss.
Because even the spatial migrations aren't landing anymore.
Yeah. All right, pick or pass. Which hero will secure a game win first? Guinevere is here.
Wow.
No wins yet in the M7 Swiss stage, and it's in the hands of Detective. But Dang also winless.
I think Guinevere is more likely to get the win because Badang doesn't see enough play in general, but we see more Guinevere just in general overall. And considering that Fredrids are popping up more often, it makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
But that Guinevere in this game is starting to become weird. Like,
I mean, to be fair, like, I understand that it's pretty difficult to land the magic thumb consistently every single time, right?
Yeah.
And I get it. My biggest problem is, what are they doing? Did Wadu mess with somebody this morning and they're like, oh wow, Wadu's doing a little too well. Yeah. I'm gonna steal his MVP. We need to drag this out. Because there is no explanation as to why he is so far ahead of the game and yet the game is dragged on for 20 full minutes. Right? Yep. Like, yes, Boxy isn't making as many impact plays. Wait, is that a fight happening?
Oh, that's the Lord already approaching the base of CFU Gaming. Sing's able to deal with it though.
The state of both bases looks similar.
Yeah.
One tower apiece.
Okay, careful of Kenny. Careful of Kenny. He's waiting for the right timing.
Yeah.
Now that's the Black Dragon form already committed. Detective once again doesn't get to find Kenny with the spatial migration. Bankai jumping in, trying to look for Opie. Now Kenny, he finds someone, but there's a winter crowd, so Detective stays alive. Now they're just trying to work on Bankai as much as they can. That's the spatial migration connection. So will the land shaker sing with the blazing duet. Can he do any more than this? Because it seems like Team Zone have found the right openings. Now they gain access to the base. They aren't able to completely clear out the wave. But K, he gets bursted down by the Veteran Airstrike.
K was too eager to end it. He was locked in. But Obi got his ultimate back in time. And just like that, the tide swings after a beautiful combo with the Land Shaker and Breath of the Ocean from the Lapu-Lapu and Karita. CFU holds on through OP.
Oh man, that was so funny. Oh my goodness, I've never seen somebody just overheat so hard where the 4 members of your team is like, what are you doing, Kay? Ah!
I can end this!
He's screaming to end it while the rest of his teammates are like, bro, Feathered Airstrike is coming up in 2 seconds, my guy.
If he was right behind the formation of zone, that would have been perfect. But he decides to separate off, and now he's boxing with a kick.
Oh, and they want to commit on Bright! Bright, who still has the immortality, but now it gets popped, and with the Blazing Duet, he finally goes down. There is no high loss, no glorious pathway whatsoever for Team Zone right now. Kenny! But the Winter Crown keeps OP alive! Now Wadu's the one doing all of the zoning once again, is saying already forced to use the Wind of Nature, but they have an advantage. They want to burst down this Lord.
So it cannot get close enough. CFU Gaming will be able to cap it off. OP goes back to clear the minion waves. No minion wave in mid for Zigzora and K to push through. And our Team Zone will have to try and defend again. They've been able to do it and extend it to almost 23 minutes for this game. But can they do it again? One more time.
I mean, it's going to be really difficult because this is an evolved Lord, right? If they just walk with it, they get damage reduction naturally. Oh, really thought that the Lord was going to start walking towards that top side. Never mind. Coming through that mid side is even better because it's a straightforward path to the...
Oh! They still find Zigzora in the predictions from the 2! Boxy denies him of the escape! And now Zigzora's gone!
Zigzora gets zoned and boxed out, and now the captain, the main man for the team, is not here for the defense. 5v4, the hope of Mongolia on their shoulders.
They spot Kenny from the right side. The glorious pathway laid out just to prolong the siege. Another attempt at the Blazing Duet and the Feathered Airstrike making it in time. There goes the rough waves, but everyone is somehow still alive. Immortality getting popped everywhere. Spatial migration! And it seems like that's it!
Team Zone, thank you for your effort, but CFU Gaming marches forward with a sweep.
What a game! What a game!